Hi, Stephen Whitesides here with Greenbrier Music. This is the final video for the first quarter of 2013 of Sabian Custom Shop items. We have 4 more pairs of hi-hats, and I saved some of the most weird, interesting, awesome things for last. SoundWave 13-inch Artisan hi-hats. My brother Joe owns a pair of these and swears by them. He plays in every cover band you can think of in every genre and uses them for their brightness and versatility for live play and their complex dark texture for recording. And 10-inch Evolution hats, I use a pair of these on my kit as my, they're kind of mounted over my snare the way Benny Greb and Terry Bozzio play with a mini set of hi-hats, and I play them off of my 15-inch Artisans. They blend really well. These have been dubbed flower hats, just so you can see these a little better. This is a very interesting pair. This is something Mark Love handed me when I went up to the vaults, and I thought, hey, I've got to take these home. It's a one-of-a-kind freaky thing, and I'm really into that. This pair is a dome-shaped China-like thing, and a B8 Pro China with 3 fusion holes drilled in it. So first, let's compare how these things all sound, unclutched. Cool. All right, first things first, let's check out these 13 Artisan hats and see what they do. First thing you'll notice, it's an unexpectedly low pitch for 13s. It's because of the SoundWave bottom. You get that dark, complex texture on the articulation I was talking about. However, you get some really bright overtones and aftertones that really cut through. You almost get like a Peisty 70s Bonham-like sound, only brighter, higher pitched out of these 13 hats. It's pretty cool. Let's see, as far as a foot chick, let's give it a little more clutch here. Because of the heavy bottom, these really cut through well on a foot chick. That's kind of surprising. Very easy to do a vacuum with the heel as well. 10-inch Evolution hats. Every time I've gone up to buy custom shop stuff, I've come back with around 15 pairs of these, and they sell out really fast. Everything HHX Evolution does, but these are super awesome. They pair well with the 14-inch Evolution hats. We just brought back 15-inch Evolution hats for the first time ever. Those are brand new. There's only 3 pairs made, and they're awesome. And then there's the 15 Artisan hats. They blend well with any of them in different ways. Now I play mine on an X hat instead of on a foot-controlled pedal, and mount them where the X hat's connected to the snare stand around the middle of it, and runs up to mount them, so they're kind of eclipsing part of my snare drum head, but they're between the snare drum and the hi-hat and my 15-inch hi-hats. So I leave them just slightly open like this all the time. And then I use my hand to mute them as I'm playing them between those and using the foot pedal on my 15-inch hats. These are like a dark electro effect. These would make good auxiliary hats if you just left them like slightly choked like this. That puts almost any cymbal stack I've ever heard to shame. These sound awesome. Now playing them as hi-hats a little more open, you get a really cool foot chick, especially for like an off-time hat on the right side of your kit, Benny Greb style. These sound ridiculously fun. Sorry there's only 1 pair of these for now. It's a prototype. If we get really positive feedback, I'll stock 20 of it, and I'll stock it in a few different hammering types. But for now, there's only 1 pair. It looks like it's cut from kind of a HH series raw prototype. You have a 12-inch top, and it was a 14-inch bottom, but it's been cut in, so you've kind of got like a 12-inch diameter before it folds like a china, and then the flower petals are all kind of flanged down. So really the pocket is like a 12-inch pair of hi-hats. It's just got some extra metal kind of hanging over the edge here that gives it that trashy sound. It's really cool. And the weirdest for last, we have a pair of chinas made into hi-hats. So for all you prog metal players, if you're looking for a second set of hi-hats to make your kit sound wicked, play 2 crashes, 1 ride, definitely 2 sets of hi-hats. How often do you really stick on your ride for that long? You probably use a Zill bell or the bell of your ride more than you hit the ride surface anyway, because most rides just don't cut. Well, if you have 2 different sets of hi-hats, 1 for chorus, 1 for the verse, you're going to sound awesome and new and interesting. So try these. Awesome, bright, a little bit trashy. Here's the best part. All of these things I've been showing off are expensive, top-shelf Artisan things. These are a pair of B8 Pro cymbals. Not very expensive. You've got, I believe, a 12-inch and a 13-inch. That is beginner quality pricing for a pro quality sound. There's a lot more labor put into these than you get out of a B8 Pro sort of hats. It just happens to be made out of that alloy. And this is something that came out of a stamp template, not something cast. So that saved a little on labor, so the expense is pretty low to produce these. The pricing's not going to be as bad as some of the Artisan family things, but you get such a quality sound. This is actually one of my favorite things. In other words, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck out of this effect than some of the other ones. These are very expensive handmade pieces that are cream of the crop, and you pay for what you get. So I hope you've enjoyed all of these awesome things I brought back from the Sabian Custom Shop trip. This is the last video for a little while, maybe a couple of months. My name's Stephen Whitesides, and please call Greenbrier Music at 540-372-DRUM if you see something you'd like.